Hey guys, welcome back! Today I want to start off with possibly the most important part of this project, building a glass roof. Yep, we are going to build a glass ceiling that covers the whole of this island, hopefully stopping the snow and finally giving me some peace. And I don't want to wait a second longer, so let's get building! Now that is a lot of glass. In fact, I think it's about 37,000 glass, which took a little while to place, hence only showing you a little bit because I don't think anybody needs to watch me place glass for too long, but it was completely worth it. Because no more snow. I mean, there's some snow blocks still in the floor, which we need to eventually change out, but there are no more snow layers every time it rains, covering all our work. We are free. And really, that's why I wanted to do this. Part of me would love to have the snow falling to add more atmosphere, but I think overall it just limits our design choices way too much. We can't do fun things with the paths and the flooring, it would just all be unpredictably covered and eventually the whole floor would just be a full blanket of snow, so this just seemed like the better way. I did also consider using lighting to allow the snow to fall but never actually settle, but unfortunately the snow only actually melts at like light level 12 or higher, which it's just too high to feasibly light everywhere up to that level and still look good, so glass ceiling it is. And I was at one point considering lowering the glass so we could add like a mechanism for holding the glass ceiling up to make it more part of the lore of the town, but as soon as you move it away from world height, then the snow can actually accumulate on the glass, so that unfortunately was no good. But then it turns out that from down here you can't even see the glass, so I don't think we need to worry about making it part of the lore or not. I mean, you can kind of see it from up here, which is right at the very highest point of our wall, but I don't know, maybe I'll end up adding something underneath it to hold it up if I can think of a cool idea, but I'm probably not going to worry about it too much. But now we have a nice, stable area to work with, I think it's time we set out a footprint and work out exactly what is going to go in our lower town. Well, it certainly looks like everything I want to fit in should all work. Obviously, the various gaps and everything will be filled with smaller details, but I mostly just wanted to make sure that the main buildings and structures I have planned would actually fit, and it seems they will, which is fantastic. So I won't go into a ton of detail, we can leave that for when the ideas are fully fleshed out and we're actually building them, but let's take a quick tour through everything we've currently got down, starting right by the entrance with our guard hut, which seems fitting. After all, someone has definitely got to keep an eye on all of the people coming in and out of town. And then right next to it we have our depot, which I think I mentioned wanting the area out front to become a dock, and I really want to try and tie the docks with this depot like the town is importing or maybe exporting stuff, so that should be quite fun. Next we have what I'm calling the healer hut, which I suppose I'm going to have to nail down exactly what I mean by that at some point, but honestly I just don't think a hospital or anything would really fit the vibe of this town, so a local healer seems like a fitting alternative. Then we have an inn and also a bar next door, because I mean, what self-respecting town doesn't have somewhere for people to drink before stumbling their way back to their room? Then this black section, I think I want to make into like some terraced houses, which is why it's shaped this way, because the lower town definitely needs some housing, although I think these might be slightly more upmarket homes. I mean, not super fancy, those will probably be on one of the upper tiers, but I think these will be slightly larger. And then these two grey sections over here will probably have the smallest houses, because I'm imagining this area is probably going to be the poorest part of town. And then we have a cafe sort of space in the pink, and then right at the end we have a space where I think I want to put a farm and possibly also a farm shop to go with it. And while you might be thinking that there is a lot of empty space, don't worry, I have plenty of ideas to fill it. For a start, we obviously need to add paths and that sort of stuff, and then I think in like this sort of area I want to have like a big market, and there will be plenty of other bits and bobs too. Like this little divot where the two tiers are going to meet, I have some really cool ideas for what to put down here, and all around and in between all the different buildings. I am just so inspired by this project, and I really like the ideas I have, so now I just have to hope that I can actually pull them off. But that's a problem for next time, when we are going to build our first actual buildings in the town. And I'm currently thinking of starting out over here by the gate with the guard hut and possibly the depot as well, so I hope you are looking forward to that. But until then, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!